Hello?
I don't know, Terry. You know the guy who's supposed to call last night after you and the boys took care of that knucklehead Jeffries?
Oh, well, I'm real sorry about that, Terry. After it was over, me and the doll went back to her place and watched some Netflix and hung out. Guess got a little held up, you see?
Yeah, well, next time don't slack off, see?
Alright. Take it easy now, Terry. And don't worry about it, we took care of the fella. No way he'll even be thinking about sending Betty in those messages at 1 a.m. asking if she's supposedly up.
Good. And hopefully this incident sends a message to the rest of the chumps of that school. Tell them to keep their dirty paws off what's mine.
You said it, Terry. What about that schmuck Paul? You know the guy that follows around Betty like a lost dog in search of a warm meal?
Please. That boy's about as interesting as a wet blanket. There's no way Betty would ever go for a greaseball like him. Besides, the ones we gotta worry about are the ones stupid enough to try. And by stupid I mean dumb. And by dumb I mean stupid.
Jeez, pal, I really didn't see you there.
It's fine. If I wasn't used to it, I'd be pretty upset. Don't be sorry for another second.
I'm usually not this clumsy. I'm just trying to get through this maze you people about high school, see?
Maybe I could help you. Keep you from knocking over the next sucker, if you know what I mean.
Well, if the people are half as generous as you here, I'm gonna do quite well.
Don't be so sure. So, new guy, eh? Where you from? You don't get many of those in Mission Viejo.
Los Angeles.
How's it going, Paulina?
Oh boy, that's a good one there. It's like you totally disregard his identity and refer to him as another gender. What a classic.
Yeah, shut up, Ralph.
Yeah, shut up, Ralph.
You don't get to talk, worm.
Hey, now wait just a New York minute. Who do you think you are talking to him like that? Now you let him go or you'll be sorry.
Sorry? I'll be sorry? Now listen here, buddy. The only one who's gonna be sorry is you if you don't shut that trap of yours and scram. Unless you want to end up in a Chicago overcoat. And by Chicago overcoat, I mean 6 feet under. By 6 feet under, I mean dead.
You don't know, Terry. He just moved here. He's from Los Angeles.
Oh, well, I'll be Hollywood, eh?
Yeah, no wonder he's so stupid. That melon of his is full of smog and juice vegetables.
You said it, boys.
You don't get to talk.
Terry! Why do you always have to be such a brood?
This doesn't concern you, doll. Now scram. And by scram, I mean beat it. And by beat it, I mean get to class.
Oh, but Terry, he's my friend. Now you let him go this instant.
Hush now, Betty. He's just having a bit of a laugh. Drink your soy latte. Starves always calms you down.
Well, I'm not laughing. Terry!
Now, honey, you don't want to give Hollywood an ugly impression of yourself now, would ya?
Hollywood?
It's Walter Stanley. And it'd be quite impossible for you to give me an ugly impression.
Well, aren't you a dream? I'm sorry, it's just no one can get me this hot and bothered. You ought to give me some sort of warning. I'm Betty.
Mary, vegan, Charm.
Time to get to class, doll.
But must we go now? We still have a bit of time.
I said now, didn't I?
Hopefully I see you again. Look me up on Insta. Goodbye, Walter. You sweet chunk of meat.
Son of a gun. She completely forgot about me when she saw you, boyo.
You think she was digging me?
Are you nuts? Terry's the biggest, strongest guy in this side of Lake Forest. Listen, Walter, he is dangerous.
Please, that wise guy. He's as intimidating as a newborn pup. But boy, I'll tell you, he's one lucky man to have a dame like that. She's a cat's meow.
Yeah, sure is. All right, let me take you to your first class. Careful with that stuff, Betty. Too much caffeine all the time and your body won't be able to function without it. It's kind of a drug.
Oh, Paul, you and your little science talk are so adorable. Besides, I read the other day that caffeine isn't addictive. It's merely just a little added sugar to boost your energy.
Where'd you read that, baloney?
BuzzFeed.
People will believe anything these days.
Besides, how else am I supposed to function as a typical high school student with 6 classes and 3 hours of sleep.
Well, I suppose you're...
Besides, Mary drinks just as much coffee as I do.
Yeah, now that you mention it, you and Mary do a lot of the same thing.
Oh, Betty, all over my shoes.
Walter's over there. I'm going to go say hello.
But don't you remember what Terry said over break?
But Terry, I just don't understand why you have to be so rude to him. He seemed like a nice boy.
Now you listen to me and you listen good. Now you're gonna stay away from that wise guy, and if I see you near him, then there's gonna be trouble. And by trouble, I mean fisticuffs. And by fisticuffs, I mean my fist in his face.
But he's not a wise guy. Sure, he's rough in all the right places. But he's a good person. Tell him, Paul.
Well, to be truthful, we barely know him, Betty.
See, this old knucklehead knows what's going on. Now, if this guy has any brains about him, he'll stay away.
Wow, Terry, you're so steamy when you're angry, like a pot of boiling potatoes just waiting to bubble over.
Well, Mary, I'm a passionate guy, you see?
I remember, but I don't care. Terry's not in charge of me. It's 2017. I'm a strong, independent woman full of moxie and charm.
But Betty,
You won't tell him, will you, Paul?
I suppose not.
Oh, thank you. Now, do I look okay?
Did you get it, Betty? You're the most beautiful girl in the world to me.
Oh, you're such a great friend, Paul. I don't know what I would do without you. Goodbye.
Gee, doll, you alright?
Oh, well, of course. Why wouldn't I be?
Well, never mind. So, where's your old ball and chain?
Who? Oh, Terry. Oh, he's not so bad. He's just easily jealous, that's all.
Well, it seemed to me he could be a real jerk sometimes.
I suppose it would seem that way.
Well, if he were a real man, he wouldn't treat a dame like you that way.
And what kind of dame do you think I am?
Well, baby, let's just say you're like a tall glass of water and I'm pretty thirsty.
Oh my. You seem like quite the romantic with such smooth words like that.
Listen, sugar, you got a Snapchat?
I do. What makes you think I'd give it to you?
What makes you think I'd use it?
Well, when you make up your mind, hit me up.
Maybe I will. Just because the bell rang doesn't mean we need to stop, darling.
No. This is all wrong. You knew I was with Terry. What? Did you just think that with your honeyed words and smoldering eyes and toned arms and steamy body? I will not be unfaithful.
Well, unless my smoldering eyes deceive me, you should be pretty eager to set those soft-set lips of yours on mine. So don't give me that innocent act, doll face.
Oh, please. Don't flatter yourself.
I see. You come over here and bat those pretty eyes of yours, full of Moxie and Charm, fishing for compliments from some guy you barely even know. It's rich, babe.
How dare you?
Don't deny it. You know you do it, and I know why you do it.
Oh, please, Walter. Do tell.
You do it because that boyfriend of yours wouldn't spare a second of his life to give you a kind word. You're a desperate woman, and a desperate woman is as dangerous as an unattended stove. You know what? I'm out of here. This piece of nut house. I'm going back to Los Angeles. At least one makes sense there. I don't need this place. Not when the organic, non-GMO, transcendental, granola / exotic yoga studio I'm gonna open is gonna take off one day.
Are you sure it wasn't just Hollywood?
Oh, Terry, I'm so sorry. But it's true. In fact, she seemed eager. I bet they were gonna start a snap streak together. It breaks my heart to see such betrayal.
I just don't believe it. I mean, I gave this woman everything. I gave her power, attention, everything. And this is how she repays me. By kissing some fool from La La Land.
Gee, I'm really sorry, Terry. She seemed like an okay bride.
Yeah, you'd think after all the times we threatened the guys that talked to her, she'd get the hint.
Well, she didn't. This is just absolutely unbelievable. My best friend, unfaithful. Oh, Terry, if you ever need anyone to comfort you or distract you, feel free to give me a call.
Well, thank you, Mary. I mean, you always seem to be on my side when Betty's side isn't right. I appreciate it. You've always been a real friend to me.
A friend.
Well, yeah, you're very loyal, like a dog or something, you know?
Really? A dog?
I mean, I don't necessarily mean you look like a dog, but you're very obedient. Plus, I like dogs.
You know what I just realized? I hate coffee.
Well, gee, what's the deal with her?
I don't know, I guess she doesn't, like coffee?
Well, what are you gonna do about this?
You mean, what are we gonna do about it?
Not this one, boys. Just me this time, and, Betty and I are just gonna sit down and have a little chat. And by have a little chat, I mean set our deck of cards out right. And by set our deck of cards out right, I mean explain to her why I'm right. By explaining to her why I'm right, I mean threaten her.
Betty? Well, what are you... I mean, come on in.
Oh, Paul, I'm so sorry. I didn't know who else to turn to.
Well, are you alright? What happened?
Oh, well, where do I begin?
You obviously think I'm some sort of schmuck, huh? Go ahead and fool old Terry. He's too stupid to ever find out.
Oh, why don't you ever believe me? Terry, I'm tired of this. You never bother to hear my side. I didn't even kiss him.
Oh, you'll say anything now to change my mind, but I've had it. I've seen the picture. I've had about enough of women. When you aren't loyal, you get upset. And when you're complimented on your loyalty, you get even more upset, right? I'm tired of it. Oh, you women and all your emotions, why can't you just be simple? It fries my brain just thinking about you.
What are you saying, Terry?
What am I saying? I'm saying get out! And by get out, I mean I will happily let our 38-day streak on Snapchat die. I will not Snapchat you!
Well, that's fine. And by fine, I mean goodbye. And by goodbye, I mean burn in hell.
Gee, Betty, that does sound pretty awful.
All because of some stupid photograph. Terry told me Mary took it.
Mary? But she's your best friend.
So we thought. A friend wouldn't do something like this. Mary is as crooked as a $3 bill. Oh, it was horrible. You know, I always had the slightest suspicion that she was jealous of me.
Well, there is a lot to be jealous of. You're smart, funny, full of Moxie and Charm. Everything your Instagram bio says you are.
Oh, Paul, you're all I have left now. Walter wasn't who I thought he was. None of my Tinder matches will respond to me, but you've always treated me so kindly, never leaving me on red, always liking my selfies. I can always rely on you.
Well, you do mean a lot to me, Betty, and I would never do anything to hurt you.
Oh, Paul.
How about you go in the bathroom, clean up a bit. When you come back, we could watch a movie. Your choice.
Well, that sounds lovely. Thank you, Paul. Thank you for everything.
Oh, I can't do this to her. But if I don't, then Betty could fall in love with Walter. And then I'll never have my shot. I have to. And then Terry will get rid of Walter, and Betty will be so distraught that she'll get rid of Terry. I'll be her knight in shining armor. I'll be there for her.
Don't touch me, you animal murderer!
If I give this photo to you, will you send it to Terry and say you took it?
Well, why me? Are you too scared of how Terry will react? Afraid you might wet yourself?
You listen here and you listen good. Don't think your behavior around Terry has gone unnoticed. You see a lot of things when people don't see you.
Well, I certainly don't know what you mean.
Don't play coy with me, Mary. You're not some innocent girl who lost her little lambs. Is it by coincidence that you dress like Betty every single day? Drink the same cup of coffee as Betty every single day? I think that you had your heart set on Terry the minute you laid your eyes on him. But he didn't want you, did he? And that's why you devoted your life to be just like Betty. Aren't you tired of it?
She's always had it all. The looks, the attention. She just left me in the shadows while she basks in the limelight. You know, I've got just as much Moxie and Charm as she does. But you know, so what if I'm tired of it? What can you even do about it?
Take this photo, send it to Terry and say you took it. He'll be so upset. He won't be able to think straight. And then you'll get to take Betty's place. It'll be easy. And no one will have to know it's us.
I'll do it. I'll show him the car after school. It's about time I got a spotlight of my own.
Is everything okay?
I just got a text from Walter saying he's leaving Mission Viejo and going to Hollywood where women make sense. Something about opening a transcendental, non-GMO, organic granola cafe that doubles as a yoga studio.
Well, you don't want a woman that makes sense, do you?
Me, please. I like my women emotionally unstable, like you. Now how about that movie?
Well, I was thinking something scary so we could, snuggle.
I like to snuggle.